It was an afternoon in March. A security camera captures the end of a Houston police pursuit. Burglar Chad Holley was trying to make a run for it. He's clipped by a police car. On the ground, he clearly puts his arms out in the surrender pose, then folds his arms behind his head before police move in. But look what happens next. The first officer stomps on his head. He's repeatedly kicked. We count 4 officers doing the kicking. Then one officer lands 5 separate kicks. It looks like the kicks are landing on Holley's head. You'll see more kicks. Holley has been on the ground, cops on top of him, all around him, for about 20 seconds. And then another police officer lands 5 heavy punches. The officer who did the kicking in the beginning does it again, this time from behind. Then he stomps on the back of Holley's legs. Then just before Holley is picked up to be taken to a patrol car, there's another...
What's up, this is B. McCoy. I just saw a video about a 16-year-old boy, Chad Holley. He was beaten on the ground after he was apprehended by the police. And then if you looked at if you saw the video, you'll see that he was lying on the ground, like motionless, and he had put his hands behind his head, and the police still just beat up on him just because they could. I mean, he was a burglary suspect, but he was beaten and taken advantage of in that situation where he gave up. He was lying on the ground. He was doing what he was supposed to do. And one thing that I don't understand and I don't like is that many times when I post videos like this or talk about things like this, or if you look at the comments on the news stories, on the YouTube clips, people say that since it was a criminal that they deserve to get punched in the face. You don't deserve to get punched in the face if you're following the law. And then on top of that, you're innocent until proven guilty. So the police cannot take it into their own hands to say, okay, you're guilty. This is your punishment. I'm going to punch you in the face. And what I don't like about situations like this is that it causes the police to be in a situation where they're around people that's afraid of them and not looking at them as some type of helper or someone that will help them in time of trouble, but as someone that will hurt them. So that means that you'll have more people that's 16, 17, 18, 19 years old that grows up and says, okay, well, I don't trust the police, so I'm not pulling over on a dark street, so I'm going to keep driving until I get to a lit parking lot, and you may get taken to jail, you know, after that happens, because they all say you're running from the police, but you don't trust the police because you've seen things like this. So police like this make it harder for other police. It makes it unsafe for those police. It makes it unsafe for the community, because now you're afraid of those people that you're supposed to have trust in, that you're supposed to be looking out for when you are scared to walk in your apartment. You scared of the police now? You're scared of the police to walk in your apartment. This is crazy. I hate when things like this happen. And the mayor and the district attorney tried to hide this clip, because I remember last year they wouldn't allow the clip to get out. This year they released the clip because they knew people would get angry over how the situation was handled with the police. I think that they were put on some type of leave, but I think all of the guys have their jobs now with the police department. You know, they shouldn't have their jobs. Like, why would you hit on a 16, 15-year-old boy, you know, that laid on the ground, was already hit by the police car? No, I just don't understand this. I just think that our police need to be more trained. They need to be well trained before they hit the streets. They need to not only be well trained on how to handle their anger, they need to be well trained on handling different cultures and ethnicities, you know, just to understand people better and understand their communities, you know, be required to go out in their communities and find out about where they actually patrol, the people in the neighborhood, to build trust. You won't have many situations like this happening if the police understand the neighborhoods, they understand the people that they're supposed to be protecting. And also, on the other hand, for the people to get to know the police, I think that that's a big issue. We need to start trusting the police, and the police need to start trusting the people. You know, it's a bad situation. I just don't believe that we should sweep this under the rug. I think that change needs to happen within the community, and not only the community, but within the state of Texas, because there's a lot of this going on. I think it was a few years ago in Bel Air, a police stopped a young man, and when he stopped him in front of his home, and he ended up shooting the young man, you know, thinking that he stole his own car. It was a BMW. He thought he stole his own car, and then shot him when they got into an altercation in front of his own home. Like that was, there's too many situations like that. Even there was a shooting, not a shooting, there was a guy, a police, that hit one of the young women that were trying to protect her sister, because the police was being rough with her sister. So she was protecting her sister and was like, hey, don't mess with my sister. And he punched her in the face. And I posted that video. Like that, it's a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I love police officers. You know, I could not have that job, because like everything would get robbed and get broken into, because I would not run behind criminals. I run the other way. Like that's in my nature. I will run the other way. I don't want to run after no criminal. But I don't know. We need to do something about this. So I really think everybody should write the mayor of Houston, send an email to your council members, send an email to the police chief. Do as much as you can. Go to bmccoy.ning.com for that information. Hopefully something can happen out of this. We have Quanell X, the activist in the Houston area, talking about the situation, and he actually released the video to, I think, ABC 13 to actually post it and show everybody what happened. But we need to do something about these things that keep happening, and not just sit around and allow it to happen over and over and over again. Get angry, shut up about it, and let it happen again and again. Alright, talk to you later. Be well.
You can't handle the truth.